Well, today, Fierce Healthcare announced the Fierce 15 of 2026, an annual special report featuring the most innovative private healthcare companies looking to change the face of the industry. And joining me now with more is Fierce Healthcare's senior writer, Anastassia Gliadkovskaya, to share more. Anastassia, welcome.
Thank you, Kristen.
We saw you this time last year. It's great to welcome you back. And let's talk about this because each of the 15 honorees tackling a pain point in healthcare. What stood out to you in this year's report?
Absolutely. Well, similar to last year, tech was definitely a theme. We saw a lot of companies this year using AI, using telehealth in creative ways to address those pain points, as you said. We have a company called Claimable that's addressing the problem of insurance claim denials. It's using AI to help patients draft custom appeals for those insurance denials. It's recovered $30 million so far.
Wow.
So really innovative.
And that can be hard, right? Writing a claim to an insurance company to try to get it all sorted.
Very complicated, and it's not only an issue for patients, it's also for providers that want their patients to have continual treatment.
Right.
You also have a shortage of physicians that's being addressed. We have companies Aikido Labs and HealthTap. Aikido Labs is an AI-enabled provider care network, and HealthTap is a virtual primary care provider. So using care delivery using technology to optimize care delivery. We also have women's health that's being represented by a company called WISP. Again, telehealth enabled. We also have safe AI adoption that's being worked on by companies Qualified Health and Hyro. Qualified Health is a generative AI company for health systems. And we even have early cancer detection being represented using canines and AI by a company called Spot It Early.
That's so interesting. Anastassia, pause with us for just a moment. For our viewers who are watching right now, of course, they're seeing live imagery of the trading floor. We're going to get to the opening bell soon, but America 250 is on site. So for all of our viewers wondering what they were seeing on their screen there, in addition to Anastassia, that of course was coverage of Rosie Rios, the chairwoman, I should say, of America 250, signing the distinguished guest book. Okay, so quite a diverse array of companies that are on this year's Fierce 15. What went into choosing these winners, if you will, or recipients?
Yeah, we call them honorees, and we received hundreds of nominations this year, so it's a very popular process, and we have a strong history of selecting companies that ultimately go on to be very successful healthcare companies. And this year we were really looking for companies that are bringing fresh and unique ideas to the table and are gaining ground in the market. We want to see that they are demonstrating a clear impact, and so these 15 honorees, we believe, are doing that.
What are the problems that these honorees are solving, represent here for gaps that you see in the healthcare space?
Yeah, well, as we talked about, there are a lot of gaps that remain in the system. We have rural areas that don't have enough providers. We have inefficiencies that bog hospital systems down. We have administrative burdens and providers spending hours documenting instead of treating patients. So all of these things combined, our founders are really focused on bringing the tech element to the healthcare element and solving for those issues.
So one company, WISP, is working to break down barriers in women's health. I know you referenced, obviously, women's health earlier. Since we are speaking here after International Women's Day, why was that thread important to Fierce in putting together this report?
Absolutely. Well, WISP is a very unique company in that they are offering kind of end-to-end women's health care. It's something that we see a lot. There's point solutions that are being offered to address maybe menopause care or reproductive health, but it's rare to see a company virtually offering kind of the broad spectrum, and that's what WISP is all about, bringing a holistic approach to women's health. And we just need more solutions that address women's health in this space. And WISP is a unique company because they're one of the few honorees this year that are actually almost entirely bootstrapped. So they didn't raise a lot of venture capital. They have been profitable for 5 years, and they're approaching $100 million in revenue. So that just really speaks to how much this product is resonating in the market.
I'm glad you brought up AI earlier, right? Because AI is a part of every business conversation that we are having here at the New York Stock Exchange every single weekday. Safe AI adoption is obviously important, especially when it comes to, very personal, private matters like one's health. How is Fierce protecting that safe AI adoption?
Yeah, so several honorees are actually all about safe and responsible AI adoption. Qualified Health, which is that newer startup I mentioned, generative AI for health systems. Their entire model is a governance layer, making sure that AI is being deployed safely and responsibly in health systems. We also have Hyro Health, which is an AI agent that supports administrative workflows like patient registration, frequently asked questions, and prescription refills. And they are doing this in a way that is safe and protects patient privacy and doesn't necessarily touch care delivery, which we know is such a sensitive topic right now. And we even have NeuroFlow, an honoree that is focused on behavioral health integration into primary care and hospital settings. We know providers are strapped for time, and so they are allowing providers to practice at the top of their license while their AI helps assess, triage, and refer patients to behavioral health care services.
How important is the founder in the success of these companies that you look at Fierce?
It's very important. These founders are visionaries, and more importantly, they have lived experience with these challenges. This is not someone who's coming in from an outside market and is trying to chisel their way in. The founders on this year's list, they understand the ins and outs. They have lived through aging parents. They have dealt with complex, chronic care journeys, and so what they're building is really based on their own understanding of how complicated this system is.
So it's a diverse group of companies that have made this year's special report. Is there one common thread that connects them all?
I would say technology, and these founders are all really focused on outcomes. There is a lot of conversation about how can we focus on value over volume? How do we bring something really meaningful and demonstrate return on investment to the table? And that's really important when you're approaching investors or potential partners or even patients or end users. You have to make a convincing case, and the way you do that is by demonstrating that you really are managing costs and you're getting good outcomes.
All right, Anastassia Gliadkovskaya, senior writer at Fierce Healthcare. Thank you so much for joining us at Stock Exchange.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Great to see you.